So have you ever felt so overwhelmed to the point that, whenever you just kind of imagine what you have to do, you start to feel like there is a sort of anxiety or panic attack coming on, and you just feel incredibly frustrated. And right, just because you are imagining that you have to do so many different things, you get to a point where you're kind of crippling yourself, where you are just not wanting to take that first step in whatever you're trying to do. Right, so in the whole fat loss example, a lot of people are thinking about having to balance between work, life, family, as well as working out and eating better, preparing meals, right? If that's what they're going for, and because they're imagining that they have to do so many different things, they end up being crippled, right? They don't start. You may not be starting because of this, or you may actually feel that there's a bit of anxiety whenever you just keep imagining how much things you have to do. So if that's you, it's really important for you to remember this, right? And this is something that I felt, honestly speaking, it's still something I feel from time to time, but I remind myself that there are certain things that you can do to help you get over this feeling of overwhelm and actually get started, so that you can actually get comfortable with the whole process. So what do I do, and what do I hope you can do, right? I really hope that this helps you. It's this, right? Whenever you have a certain goal, whenever you start to feel a bit of a sense of overwhelm, like anxiety, start to feel anxious because of how many different things you have to do, what I want you to do is just pause. Okay, pause, take a seat. Right now I'm just in front of my table. Take a seat and just pull out a book, right? A piece of paper, or maybe your phone. Probably not your phone, because that's probably a bit too distracting for most people, right? So get a piece of paper, write down exactly what you want to achieve, exactly what are the steps that you think is going to be necessary for you to reach that goal, right? You don't have to lay out every single thing that's going to happen, because I'm pretty sure you won't know, right? But try as best as you can to kind of just lay out what you feel like is going to be the steps that you need to take. So for example, in the whole fat loss niche, and this is what I tell my members in the coaching program as well, you've got to list out exactly what are your non-compromisable activities, right? It could be spending time with your family, it could be sleep, right? That's probably one thing you want to put under non-compromise, a non-compromisable activity. And the other thing could be actually to spend time on yourself, right? Whatever it is, spending time with yourself is probably one of those things that you don't want to compromise. It could be anything. It could be following through with your habits, not habits, your hobbies, right? Or it could be really just following through, like for example working out, for example. So these are three things that you don't want to compromise, and then what you have to do now is you kind of write down this in one side of the page, and the other side kind of just write down what you usually do on a day-to-day basis. It could be work, it could be cleaning up stuff, household chores, whatever have you. Just kind of put this in a list on the right column, right? And then from there, what I want you to do is actually list down what you want to be doing in an entire day, right? So just step by step, go through every 30 minutes or so, what do you feel like you want to do. Okay, so now you have this whole plan, right? And trust me, once you're done with this, you're probably gonna feel much less anxious, right? Because now you have a view of exactly what you need to do or want to do, all right? And you just don't have to keep worrying about, oh, you have to do this, you have to do that, because it is literally right in front of you, right? What's really important to note here is, as you write this down as per like every 30 minutes interval what you want to do, these are not hard and fast, like strict stuff that you need to do, right? This is more like a guideline. At least you know that you roughly know right now what you have to do or what you want to try to do. Okay, and what I want you to do is actually just go ahead and try this for like a week or so, and then after the end of the week, sit down again, pause, and just kind of reflect, like, oh, what has been going well in that whole week of you trying to kind of follow the day-by-day activities, right? The daily, weekly activities that you're trying to do. And then ask yourself, like, oh, if there are stuff that maybe you don't really think you can actually do, right? Because I think some people tend to over plan their first couple of days. Remove those things, right? Be comfortable with having flexibility as well, right? Like if you plan in certain things, right, know that okay, probably that's the goal, but you don't necessarily have to do it at a specific time, for example, right? Maybe just making sure you hit that goal for that day, right? But having to shift the time around, it's okay, right? It's perfectly fine, right? Do something like this. Just kind of take the time to sit down, pause, reflect, and just write down everything that you think you have to do, and then from there kind of build on from it and improve on what you think you have to do in terms of the details. And I'm pretty sure you're gonna feel less anxious, you're gonna feel less overwhelmed, and you're gonna be more willing to take that first step, right? Because I just mentioned you're gonna try this for 1 week, you're gonna be more keen and excited to at least try this. And you know what? That's the first step that you just took, right? Instead of being overwhelmed and just sitting there and just thinking about it and being anxious, right? So I hope that this was helpful. This is definitely something that I personally do from time to time. Every single time I feel a bit anxious, I just make it a point to do this, just sit down and do that reflection, right? Because sometimes you got to take 1 step back in order for you to move 2 steps forward comfortably. All right, so I hope this was helpful. Let me know what was your most helpful takeaway, right? And what are you planning to do, right, with this takeaway, right? What is the one actionable thing that you're gonna implement right now, right away, that you're gonna try? And let me know how it goes as well, right? Let me know that what's that one thing. And of course, if you found this helpful, you're looking forward to more videos like this, what you can do is actually go ahead and consider subscribing below. And I think most importantly, click the bell, right? Because that actually notifies you when a new video of mine gets uploaded, which is pretty regularly, weekly. And yeah, let me know below if there are any other videos that you would love to have, or any other struggles that you would love for me to kind of know about and see how I can give the advice that I give my other clients and share it with you. All right, Hock here. I'm gonna sign off now. Till the next time, I want you to really embrace yourself, and most importantly, intentionally evolve. Till the next one.